Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, how are you? Thanks, Rebel. Um, we're gonna do a quick poetry reading and talk about success as it relates to entrepreneurship. Um, because Dr. Wayne Dyer passed on last night. One of his quotes made me want to jump on and do a quick scope this morning and talk about that. So, invite your friends. In a few minutes, we'll begin. Where I'll read my own poetry, dealing with that. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. How is everybody doing in the morning? Hi, Pam. Hello, hello. My name is Alan Weisberg. I'm a life recalibration and stress reduction expert. I wanted to take a few minutes this morning and read an inspirational poem that I wrote that I was inspired to read today because of Dr. Wayne Dyer's passing. Hi, Pam. Um, one of Dr. Dyer's quotes that I actually put on Facebook last night when I learned of his passing um, really resonates with me, especially going through the through launching of my new programs, of changing my career path from being an IT entrepreneur to helping the world actually reduce stress and live better and change their lives for the better, and being the inspirer that I deem myself to be. So all of those factors played a part. Thank you very much, and wanted to read this to you. So invite your friends if you like, and I'll start reading a poem, and I want to discuss it with you in just a moment. All right. So thank you very much, Rebel. Appreciate it. I'll wait a few moments. Any questions before we begin? I'm gonna get a quick drink of water. As I advise everybody in my courses and on my videos, please have a water bottle with you at all times. And it was interesting. I read an article by an MD that says that we're not supposed to drink that much water. We're not supposed to drink eight bottles of water every day. I'm not sure. I'm sure he has his own research, but judging by how my body feels when I drink water or when I don't drink water, I feel a lot better when I do. And when I have lots of water, the stress goes out. Other things start functioning better. Not to ruin anybody's appetite in the morning, but it just works better. Anyway, so I don't want to keep you waiting any longer. Here's a poem, or actually, here's the quote from Dr. Wayne Dyer that inspired me this morning. You'll see it when you believe it, and it means a lot. And I know I don't need to read into it for you. You know what it means, but that inspired me. And this morning again, listening to a scope by one of my friends. She said again, and she relayed that message from the universe, that I really should be doing poetry readings, on Periscope, because I am a poet. If there's one thing that I've always been since I was a little kid, it's I've been a poet. The first book that I released was a book of poetry, because this is who I am. This is the essence of Alan. Poetry has been a part of me forever. So here it is. Here's a poem that I wrote a while ago. I don't know exactly when it was, but here it is. We often look to outside to measure our success. We ask for others to decide if we are truly blessed. We seek external proof of worth and then compare all day. We base our happiness and mirth on what the others say, and we go on about our life until we realize the only way to end this strife is look through your own eyes. But look within, for there is truth. That's where it's always been. Your happiness is what you choose regardless of your wins. Inside is where you can assess how much you have achieved. When you have peace, you have success. And then you will believe. Because as soon as you replace that struggle with being still, that is when fortune will embrace, and you will earn at will. And you can see why, Dr. Dyer's quote, "You'll see it when you believe it," made me read this particular poem. And I find it apropos to the struggles many entrepreneurs, including myself, are facing nowadays, which is really getting your message out there. And when you spend your whole day, thank you very much, I appreciate that. When you spend your whole day deciding what is it that I can do in order to make the business work, and you're trying different things. I find the irony all throughout my experience. It recently dawned on me that when I finished college, I wanted to be in advertising, and it was always marketing, advertising were things that I wanted to do aside from being a professional tennis player and an actor. But since I had to get a steady job, quote unquote, I wanted to go into advertising, and I didn't. Because I pursued IT. IT was where the money was. And I found the money, but I hated it, and I wanted to go back to advertising, and I couldn't. Well, rather, I didn't, because it was paying twice less than I was already making at that time. So fast forward, 17 years later, I made my career in IT. I built the businesses. I failed miserably, and then built from scratch into a multi-million-dollar business. And then I quit all of it because I still didn't like IT and I wanted to do something else. And now I am doing advertising because I started another business. This one is aimed at actually helping people reduce their stress, lose those extra pounds, figure out their place in life and how to align who they really are with what they choose to do and how to make money at it. And I've had some success, but it's this constant balancing act of remembering why you're doing something. I see all the beautiful examples of people around me who have taken businesses and new businesses and new ideas, and they're doing fantastic. And you naturally want to align yourself and you want to compare yourself to them. And that can drive you crazy because that process, the overnight success that all of us are talking about, is really many, 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 many years and sleepless nights in the making. It's understanding the nuances of how to actually get your message across in a way that works for people. It's not necessarily the product that we're selling because many of us have beautiful products and beautiful intentions, but it's getting that message out in the right way to the right people at the right time so it touches them because we are so saturated now and oversaturated with information, and now we can get it from anywhere in bite-sized increments. So it's how to do that, and then you start measuring your success and you start questioning, am I doing this right? Am I saying the right things? Is this the proper landing page that I need to be using? Is this the title that I should be using or the headline on the email because not enough people are opening it? And you start getting into all of that minutia, and you're losing yourself in it. So the balancing act that I was talking about is understanding of how to keep above all of that. And I go back to my favorite, one of my favorite feelings when I start flying. And, I'm from Chicago, so Chicago weather is unpredictable. And it could be raining or it could be dreary in Chicago, and you're taking off in the airplane, and then you get above the clouds. And all of a sudden, all of that dreariness disappears because you have beautiful blue skies and sunshine, and it's peaceful. And it's my metaphor for rising above your problems, for going above and seeing that whatever you're worried about is really just something small. And there's a much bigger world, a much sunnier one at that, that's outside. All you have to do is rise above. So I keep on reminding myself as I'm drowning in the minutia of how to present my information to the right people at the right time. And quotes from Dr. Dyer are there to keep me on the right path. And then I go back to the poetry that I've written because most of my poetry is channeled. For those people who are not familiar with what channeling is, it's receiving information from the ether, if you will, from your guides, from angels, from whoever you want to say that you're talking to. Most of my poetry since I was a kid has been channeled, and that's a state that I'm very comfortable in, especially when I'm writing, because I am just a vehicle. I am the pen or I am the computer in this case, and putting in the words that are coming through me. So reading that is my way of returning back to who I truly am, why I'm doing this, and not worrying about all of the little things that are a part of this process, because all of it really just takes time. So I wanted to read that poem to everybody. I wanted to inspire you to remember your own values, not get lost in the minutia, and know that you will believe it when you start seeing it. That's why poetry can be written so fast. Absolutely. Your beautiful point, Pam, because one of my best friends, when I read some of my work to him, he's flabbergasted by the fact that it took me, 20 minutes to write, or 40 minutes to write, or an hour to write a poem that could be, 2 pages long. Because he says, no, real poets spend, days and weeks and months just agonizing over a specific word, and that is completely different from how I write. I sit down, at some points I'm inspired to write something specific, and I sit down and I just write it. At some time I feel like I have something to say and I don't know exactly what it is, so I open up to the universe and I say, what is the message that we want to get across? And then I just start writing, and it starts coming, and it's quick. It's usually quick. It's the seamless process. Me talking about the seamless method. This is the method that I created for stress reduction and many other outcomes. But in writing poetry, for me, that is the seamless process. If I'm struggling, if I don't know what to write, if the words are not coming through, that means I'm not attuned. That means I'm not aligned. And if I am aligned, it's flowing. It flows freely. It is as if a bird is spreading its wings and just allowing the wind to carry it wherever it wants to go. That is the process of writing to me. It's just getting out there and taking it all. So it is a very simple process that can take just a few minutes to write something that takes long. So I promise to all of my followers that I will be, looking through my 200 plus pieces of poetry that I've written over the years, finding the right ones for a specific day, and doing these poetry sessions. Hopefully they will inspire you to believe in yourself more, to live a life that's happier, to understand who you truly are, and to love yourself and accept yourself for who you are and your gifts to the world. That is what I wanted to bring, and I was saddened to hear yesterday about the passing of Dr. Wayne Dyer, one of the people who got me started on the spiritual path with his books. But it wasn't a sadness of losing somebody, because I know that we still have him. All of his messages, all of his words, all of his books are still there. I have a good number of them, and I'm planning to read them and reread them. I have his audiobooks that I'm going to be listening to while I'm driving. His messages have still so much to teach me as I'm going through my life. So I have not lost Dr. Wayne because of what he has left behind. Have a beautiful day, everybody. I will talk to you later on to give you some stress reduction tips for your day. If you have any questions, please let me know. Follow me. That way you can always know when I'm on. Thank you. Thank you. What a great venue to write poetry. And to read poetry. And I love Periscope because it allows me to be me. I didn't shave. I woke up, I did my morning meditation. I listened to a scope. I got my kids out to school, and before I start working, I was inspired to come on and give that to you. Yeah, I know, Pam. You meant read. This is me, and that's why I love Periscope. It's about being authentic. It's about being here and just being available and having that conversation with people. And for me, the person who calls himself the Inspirer is in the name of my first book, because that's what I associate myself as. What better platform is there to reach the people that choose to hear me at a specific point in their day, and to be that vehicle of inspiration. So I treasure it. That's why I'm taking this Periscope with open arms, and I'm going to be here every day talking to people and trying to do what I can to inspire you. I'm not here to sell. I am here to just be present and to share experiences and share the knowledge and share the wisdom that is flowing through me in order to help you live your lives better. So have a wonderful day. I'll be on later on. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.